sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. We've got another playoff preview for you. This time it's the Lakers versus the Hornets. Not much to say. The Lakers are in perfect position to take this series and probably not lose even one game. Without Mark West, the Hornets are in some serious trouble. They're undersized, and that's the one huge strength the Lakers have. There are some caveats though, because the Lakers are dealing with some injuries as well, but it's pretty clear in my mind that the Hornets simply do not have the firepower, the talent, or the size to keep up. The Hornets' bread and butter is the screen and roll on top, where Paul can get to the basket and feed his teammates for strong finishes. They also like to do the screen and roll on the sideline to the right side, which is easily defended with the screener's man. However, it forces the weak side guard to come over to watch penetration, leaving his man wide open. And when you have Chris Paul making decisions, you're going to get a good shot. The biggest problem Chris Paul has been having recently is his shooting percentage, and here on his patented step-back jumper along the baseline, he just clanks it. What most teams will do against the high screen and roll is blast him with the screener's man, hedging high, not letting him turn the corner, and forcing his teammates to have to make plays. I'm sure the Lakers will have no problem letting Okafor shoot it. The thing with Chris Paul is that he will always make the right play, but that also means that too often he becomes a cog in the offense and not an integral part creating things for his teammates. Here, he's going to be the third guy rotating the ball over to watch Bellinelli break it from the corner. It's hard for me to imagine an offense where Chris Paul isn't initiating the offense and creating the shots for his teammates, especially in the playoffs. But all too often, the Hornets go away from him and he doesn't have the kind of effect they're going to need. And Chris Paul isn't as explosive as he used to be here, just getting ripped by Mike Conley when he used to be able to score right on him. And also on this play, he can't get by Grievous Vasquez, and he just doesn't have that ability anymore. The Hornets will need a titanic effort from Bellinelli, and I'm talking something he hasn't done in the regular season, out of his mind kind of shooting, if they're going to have any hope to compete with the Lakers. That said, Bellinelli cannot guard anybody, and I shudder to think what's going to happen when he's guarding Kobe down low, or even Artest. They're also going to need Ariza to get on fire like he was 2 years ago for the Lakers. And Landry is another post presence they have who's undersized but has a lot of heart and plays very hard. However, against Gasol and Odom and Bynum down there is no way he's getting that shot off and making it consistently. Nor can he guard those guys in the low post either. The big question is, will Bynum recover from this injury of the hyperextension of the knee? If he can, he gives them quite a bit of benefit on the defensive end because he'll slack off his man, roam the paint, and block shots and affect the shots. While Okafor is a big guy who's mobile, I don't think he's going to cause too many problems for Bynum in the post when he gets his limited touches down there. All things Kobe aside, the most important Laker is Pau Gasol, and as he goes, so do the Lakers. And he's got a variety of moves and sweeping hooks that nobody can stop. He just doesn't have a first option mentality, so when they're setting him up and hitting him with nice passes and he's hitting the jump shot, the Lakers are virtually impossible to stop. From the post, he can do serious damage, and there's no way that Landry is going to do anything to stop him from scoring down there at will. While he can play defense a little bit, his effort is usually suspect. He doesn't guard the ball very well, and he certainly doesn't hedge on screen and rolls. And we pointed this out that he certainly doesn't box out almost ever. The true X factor is Lamar Odom. As you can see here, he's shooting at a career high level from both 2 and 3. He runs the guard spot, enabling Kobe to play a lot of forward, taking the pressure off of everybody else on the team. Even though he misses that shot, it's unfair because most teams don't have 6'10 guys that can spot up for 3. And then block a shot on the other side, lead the fast break, and get you right back into your offense. There isn't anybody that can do that I know of. And while he only goes to his left, it hasn't stopped him for his entire career, and he gets to the basket when he wants to and can finish really well. The only hope for the Hornets is that Odom settles for jump shots and starts clanking them. Let's talk Kobe. Certainly Ariza isn't a person that, while familiar with Kobe, is going to have any success stopping him, and he's at his best when he's running the offense and getting shots out of the offense. Here's another example of Kobe running the pinch post and getting the easiest 2 points he could imagine getting. I wish he would do this a lot more. And Pau plays a lot better when Kobe is looking to set him up. This is the problem. When he doesn't do this enough, Pau starts to suffer. We all know now that when Kobe brings the ball up, he isn't going to pass or run the offense. He's just going to jack it up. So the Hornets' only hope on this case is that he misses a lot of these shots. But when he does come down, it gets into an advantageous position. They need to double or have a Kobe shadow to get the ball out of his hands. If they can rotate okay, they might have a shot, but when Luke Walton's hitting shots like that, you're in for a long night. Kobe doesn't often respect his man, and Bellinelli and Ariza could take advantage of that and get some open shots. Chris Paul should be wary of charges taken by Derek Fisher. He usually takes one a game at least. And aside from Odom, the Laker bench is extremely weak, especially without chickenpox-afflicted Blake and Barnes being injured. And don't forget Shannon Brown clanking it over the last 6 weeks, not making shots. So there you have it, sports fans. Somehow the Lakers were able to capture that number 2 seed. I'm pretty sure they did not want the number 1 seed. And now, because of that, they were able to ensure that they won't play both the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. That way they have a much clearer path to the finals. In fact, sometimes I think the NBA is conspiring for the Lakers because I don't know how they did that, losing 5 of the last 7 games. It looked for sure like they were going to get the 3rd spot, and it looked like for sure the Oklahoma City would be playing them in the next round. Well, that said, let's not completely overlook the Hornets, but I got to tell you, Chris Paul doesn't look great. They don't have West, they're undersized, and it's a recipe for disaster for the Hornets. And we'll see what happens after this year because who knows, this might be the last playoff series ever for the Hornets. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for another playoff preview coming up real soon. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.